Hey, what's going on, everyone? Reggie Haynes here, and you are tuned in to a new episode of RKCM. For all those people who have been supporting, we really appreciate it. RKCM is a show, features myself, Kudzi, Charles, and also Michael, and we talk about different topics, and we just touch base on them. And today we're going to talk about the first topic is toxic masculinity versus the forgotten masculinity, and I'm awaiting my crew members, my co-hosts to get online so we can touch base on this topic matter. And yeah, for all those people who are watching live, thank you so much. For all those people who are watching the pre-recorded version, we thank you so much as well. And be sure, if you're watching live, leave, any questions that you might have, send out any questions. And for those people who are watching the pre-recorded version, please comment. So that way we can know how we can improve based off of, uh, you guys' comments and suggestions. So I'm sending out requests now for my crew and just hoping that they're ready to go. And right now, Kudzi and Michael, I believe, and then we're going to have Charles come in. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what's going on, Kudzi?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm all good. I'm all good. Are you with Michael right now?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. So I've already done the introduction. So Kudzi, Michael, you guys can definitely, say hey to all the people that's listening or watching live, and I'll be inviting Charles into the chat as well.
Hey to all the people that are watching live. We love you. Thank you for joining us on today's episode of RKCM Live.
That's it, Kudzi. Don't nothing.
All I can say is welcome. We're happy to
Cool.
have you.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, cool.
Hey
So we're
cool.
just waiting. We're waiting for Charles to come in. Um, But yeah, I mean, it usually starts with us. So until Charles comes in, um, toxic masculinity versus the forgotten masculinity. Kudzi, Michael, whichever one of you want to take the floor first on the topic or the subject matter, what are your thoughts on toxic masculinity versus the forgotten masculinity?
Well, my thoughts on toxic masculinity. What's the word? Toxic masculinity. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I really don't understand. I think it's because of this alpha male movement that is going on that people feel like to be a man, you kind of have to push you kind of have to puff out your chest, let everyone see the testosterone inside of you. But I don't really think that as like that's really masculinity in the divine sense. But what I mean by divine, I'm talking about the traditional sense, not the I'm the alpha male, I'm the sigma male, or whatever they call it these days.
Mm-hmm.
And then the forgotten masculinity. Now that that's that's absolute cinema right there.
You can start describing it with those kind of words.
So it's basically the epitome of what a man should be, or traditionally what people in the olden days would see a man to be. He doesn't force his way, but he's a leader, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't try to push his own views, but he leads by example, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
He just does things. He protects, he does whatever he stands up for what he believes. He's just that guy without having to say, I am that guy. Everybody just knows he's that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that is forgotten masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
Being that example person whether you're a father, a friend, or brother, whatever it might be, that is peak. Or what did you just say?
Okay. Now I'm just gonna ignore Michael's statements. My view on toxic masculinity and forgotten masculinity. So on toxic masculinity, we have what you'd call the men that are trying to be more dominant, more controlling, and people who try to suppress their feelings more and emotions. This is where you get the men we usually manipulate and
Manipulative, conniving dictator.
manipulate and keep their women, or should I say girlfriends, in a position of where they feel neglected, or they don't have a
Belittled.
voice in the situation. Yeah, belittled. So this is what toxic masculinity is exactly. Yeah. Well, forgotten masculinity would be key things like responsibility, protection, and integrity. Things that where you would have mentorship. For example, a father is interaction with their own child, a male child, for example. Yeah, that would be forgotten masculinity. But then within the modern era of today, there's a lot more about toxic masculinity that's happening. Yeah.
Yeah. Teaching your son how to cut wood in a good old cold morning, drinking some tea.
Okay,
And then
cool,
talking
guys.
about
So, okay, cool. So we got word from Michael and Kudzi. So, Charles, do you have any thoughts on toxic masculinity versus forgotten masculinity?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
got
you
some.
want to
Hello guys. Sorry I'm a bit late.
uh-huh.
On this
no.
topic, right? I agree with Michael and Kudzi on what they're saying that um okay, my personal view is that when we are talking about toxic masculinity, I want to start with forgotten. Why? Because I believe it will help me better explain toxic. Forgotten is just chivalry to be exact. It's just when men knew that for you to be dominant, you have to earn respect, not for the women to fear you or wherever you are exerting that dominance on to fear you. So now when we're looking at toxic masculinity, we're just saying that in this day and age, most of men believe that for you to be the dominant one in the relationship or with whoever you are with at that moment, you have to make them fear you. You do not have to give them any respect whatsoever. So therefore they feel like you're superior than them. Whilst we were saying that you could be masculine when they respected you, when they literally gave you that respect by opening doors, by doing something that won't really take away their say in everything. So what is toxic, I believe, is just me basically feeling like you're better than your partner in that relationship, or earning um earning a sense of dominance through inflicting fear, doing things that literally crushes that your partner's confidence. I believe that is what toxic masculinity is, and the forgotten is just basically how we used to do things back in the day. Chivalry, to be more exact, basically respecting women. And trust me, if you just respect the women, you just get the same respect that you would if you hadn't gone down the other path. So yeah, that's what I think about toxic and forgotten masculinity.
Thank you so much for that, Charles, Kudzi, Michael. I appreciate all you guys' takes. I really don't have much to say because you guys actually touched on everything that I had in mind. What I will add, though, is that for everybody that's listening out there, the men primarily, when it comes in regards to toxic masculinity, I feel like we have a lot of people out here who, and I could say that I've definitely been on this side too, to where I looked at life and I looked at the people who didn't respect me, and it could be for whatever reason. Then I started trying to gain their respect by doing things that were outside of my character. Then I started realizing the people that do respect me, those are the ones that I need to focus my attention on, because the ones that do respect me and have always respect me and will always respect me, what I believe is that they do that because I've never tried to bully them. I've never tried to come into their life in a toxic way. I was just being a regular human being, a symbolic being, if that makes sense. And for those people out there who are wondering, what, the forgotten masculinity is, I think that that's it. Just men being men, being cordial and respectful to each other, helping each other progress in any way, and also being there for their youth, being there for their, basically handling their responsibilities and not trying to do it because they want something in return, but because they know that it's the right thing to do. And they know that they're not just building me, they're building we. When it comes down to toxic, I think I touched on it, and so have the rest of the crew. Just people who are trying to bullify their way, toxify their way towards people who are just loving and caring for them and who actually look up to them or look towards them for some form of guidance. And that's not the way to go at all. I feel like just being yourself, being respectful is the way to go. And if you're dealing with someone who doesn't deserve your respect, step away from them. This is your life and you're in full control of who's allowed and who's not. And yeah, that's basically my take on it, fellas. And we really, really appreciate your thoughts. For all those people who are listening live, for all those people who are listening to the pre-recorded version, you are tuned in to another edition of RKCM. Do not forget to be on the lookout for upcoming episodes of Too Real for the World podcast, produced by Charles, and the hosts are Michael and Kudzi. And we have new episodes coming your way real soon. Going into our last topic, since Michael started things off, we're going to have him start off again. The last topic for today is the art of being wrong. Michael, what's your take on the art of being wrong?
The art of being wrong. I feel like we actually haven't finished toxic masculinity versus foreign masculinity, because we still haven't said the big case that people are now confusing the actual masculine traits with being toxic because of obviously social media trends and alpha male camps that I'm hearing are there now. I feel like we should try our best, right, to express to educate each other on what masculine energy is as guys. And usually we can't just say it's about how guys treat women or present themselves to women.
Mm-hmm.
It's how they present themselves to literally everyone.
Mm.
Masculine energy means you are the soul, not in a patriarchal sense where people like I'm the boss of you, do what I say.
Mm-hmm.
But if we want to live in a functioning society, you should be in a position to be able to agree to come together and have one person speak for you all, right? It's not forcing each other. I'm going to hear you out, and then we're going to discuss that. But then we're going to have to vote what is the best thing for us as a community, family, or relationship to do. And that's when the masculinity kicks in, where you have to be like a leader, right? And say, I think this, and this should happen, right? And I know that the consequences are this, and this. But for the betterment of our family, community, or relationship, we should do this. Not toxic masculinity where you're like, you know what? I really don't care what you think about this. And my way is the right way. Now, that's a dictatorship. I'm not going to mention his name, but he started global wars. Yes, yeah, the mustache. Yes. But that's just my take on it. So we should really just educate each other on what masculinity actually is, right? Before we go any further.
I just like to say something about toxic masculinity and its impact on today's current society. So the way I see it is it's influencing them within a negative way, considering if you put certain streamers into view, I'm not gonna say the names obviously. So their idea of masculinity is uh their idea of masculinity is messing around with females and taking somebody else's girl.
Like, I've got the baddest one, quote unquote. I've heard someone say that before.
Yeah, something like that. Having the baddest girl within the area or wherever they find them. So what I'm trying to say is they tend to play around with females and think that whoever has the most bodies, whoever has the most count is the alpha male. This is a toxic masculinity view right there. And it's influencing the children, the viewers that watch these streamers, that they grow up thinking that you don't need the old values of the forgotten masculinity in order to move forward.
Yeah.
So now you have children moving around, sleeping with anyone that they see because they believe that's what a man should do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's basically pushing the movement that the guy with the biggest and flashiest toys or trophies, yeah. He's the man. But we all know that it all comes down to your character.
So yeah, that's all, Reggie. You can take it on from now.
Sounds good. Thank you guys so much for that. The next person that we're going to have on is Charles. What's your take on, the art of being wrong?
All right. Just like how Michael and Kudzi were maybe taking it in relation of our previous topic about masculinity and the forgotten and toxic masculinity, I believe that if we are to broadify things, and like they were saying, we need to educate each other on what actual masculinity is. The art of being wrong in this sense would be like Michael and Kudzi were saying, us taking maybe sort of like personalities that we've seen or that are trending at the moment. Like, for example, they were saying these alpha male camps whereby they teach you that if you have the highest body count, then therefore you are the alpha male because you know how to get them. So for one, I do not believe that is the true way to go, and I believe that is us basically going down the wrong path. And I believe true masculinity, like I said at the beginning, that it is just basically knowing, one, you can be a really masculine man whilst you're being humble at the same time. You do not have to always be in the spotlight. You can always be a humble man, but at the same time be probably the biggest in the room in that regard. And we should not normalize what is going on right now, because some streamers, like Kudzi was saying, he was basically saying the second you have the most, then you are the biggest in the room. So I do not think that we should normalize this wrong view, at the same time passing it down to people of our age, people who are around us, and even the younger generation. This should not be a rule that is passed down, that if you probably have the most girls, then you have max masculinity. That is not the way to go. I do not believe it's the way to go. So personally, on this whole art of being wrong topic, I believe that is one of them. The misinterpretation of being masculine. It's basically people thinking that if you can get the biggest shout in the room, you're the most masculine. If you can get the most people on your side, you're the most masculine in the room. And like we're saying in the previous topic, it's basically clashing with what we're referring to as the forgotten masculinity, as being chivalrous men, as being men who know how to handle themselves, not just to the women, like Mike was saying, but to everyone around us. The energy that you give up is what determines if you are if you're a person who carries themselves well. So basically, on the art of being wrong, I believe this is where we're going wrong.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for that, Charles. Have a special announcement before I get to what I have to say. Charles's birthday. Much love and respect to this young man. Thought I forgot, didn't you? It's all right.
Yeah,
I'm always watching. I'm
thanks,
always here.
Reggie.
No. It's all good. It's all good. And I did a video a while ago about Charles, and then I know you guys have seen it on the Reggie Haynes in Africa YouTube page where I talked about Kudzi and Michael and how these guys have definitely made an impact on my life. So I'm very proud of these young men, and I'm very happy that Charles is here to enjoy another birthday, a well-deserved birthday. And I know whenever we get together, I'm always, going to be there to give them the respect that they deserve. Whatever they need, always there to show love to them because they deserve it. So proud of you, King, and happy birthday to
Thanks,
you.
Reggie.
My pleasure.
Thanks very much.
My pleasure. And much love and respect to all of you guys as families because they've done a phenomenal job. I can't say that enough. My going on to the topic matter of the art of being wrong, man, I'm gonna just say it plain and simple. Taking accountability is one of the best things that you can do. I've been accused so many times, Reggie, you don't take accountability. Oh man, trust and believe I do. Even if I feel like I'm surrounded by people who are going to try to guilt shame me. And I step away from those people because taking accountability should not have guilt or shame attached to it, depending on the magnitude of what you've done. If it's something that's just unbearably unforgivable, nah, you're going to have to feel that one. And that's not guilt. That's probably karma that is expected to come your way sooner or later. But as far as guilt or shame, if somebody's trying to guilt and shame you when you've already taken accountability and knowing that you're going to progress from there because you're righting your wrongs, kudos to you. Much love and respect to you because when you are wrong, there's nothing bad about it. I love it when somebody last episode, Michael told me, "Hey Reggie, was wrong on this one," and I looked at myself and I realized, okay, moving forward, this is how you need to change and progress. It's good to have people in your life who's going to help you and not make you feel guilt and shame while letting it be known that accountability is something that needs to be taken. You know, at this point in time or just in general. So that way you can progress in life. Those people that don't want to take accountability, I feel like those are the ones that keep on degrading themselves or they stay stagnant their whole life. And I'm glad that I'm always looking at myself in the mirror, realizing how am I going to better myself each and every day. The other thing is too, I know we were talking about how there are men out here, talking about body counts and stealing people's women. I'm going to say this when it comes in regards to relationships, and I know we'll touch on that topic on another day, but a woman that can be easily taken or taken in general from a man isn't a woman that's even a prize anyway. That's not a woman that's made or meant for a good man. And any woman that feels disrespected, any man that feels disrespected because I'm raining on your parade of stealing women, it's the truth that nobody wants to admit. That is not a woman that's worth taking, and any guy who wants to infiltrate a relationship in order to basically get a woman that's already committed to another man, that's somebody that shouldn't have any type of attention pointed towards them or no respect, given to them at all. This is just one of the most diabolical things that you can ever do because you're wrecking homes, you're wrecking spirits, you're wrecking relationships. And for the women that give into that, like I said, you're not the prize at all. You're not even worth it. But for those good men out there that's staying committed, that's staying true to yourself, that's not lying, not deceiving, not being sneaky, much love and respect to you. And I know one day you're going to find that special queen for you and you're going to progress from there. And it doesn't even matter what the people in your past are doing because they are no longer relevant. So that's my take on the whole body count thing. But yeah, all in all, for the men out there, much love and respect for you. Much love and respect to you for, just being who you are. I know that there's still a lot of men out there that are definitely still traditional when it comes in regards to masculinity. They don't have to bully. They don't have to be disrespectful to get their point across or to lead. And for all those people that are toxified, for us that are not like that, we shouldn't give them any attention. Because what we notice about, or what we should notice about people who are toxified or basically a toxin, it's like a symbiote. They need to cling on to life. They're a host that needs to cling on to life in order to survive, not live, but survive. And if you're living life trying to survive every single day by trying to cling on to someone for life, that's not some that I say we just cut that entity off, that toxin off, and let them die off while we continue to progress and not live that way at all. So that's my take on it. Those are my final words for the day. I thank everybody for tuning in. I'm going to turn it over to Michael, Kudzi, and Charles for their final words to the audience.
My final words is that always be true to yourself. And again, we repeat, everything that we do here is trying to better ourselves and help you and help discuss, because I believe more than not just two heads is better than one, but I believe if we all take a chance to discuss what is going on in this day and age, trust me, we cannot go wrong as long as we stay together and help you, help me, like we were saying last time. So I greatly hope that this content is very helpful to everyone out there, and it will help you better yourself in ways that you didn't know that were possible. And yeah, we love you, and yeah, stay strong.
So yeah, before we go anywhere,
Did we actually do the topic? Like personally, I feel like we were just giving an overview of the last topic we had done. Part of being wrong was supposed to be like, I love how Reggie started it. He was talking about accountability and looking yourself in the mirror and telling yourself to drink water or something. And I feel like that was like peak on point to what we were going about, because so many people these days cannot admit that I was misinformed, that when I said this, I had a lack of information, but then later on, I got informed. So now I know that I was wrong, and I accept being wrong. But people cannot do that in public. They feel ashamed, or they feel like they have to. Their egos can't take the hit.
it's the pride.
Yeah, they want to maintain that image in the public that I've got all 6 and 7s in my back.
Oh my God.
So yeah, we should learn to be more accepting of our failures and run it back.
So anyways, on the topic, you wiped my mind. Anyways, what was the topic?
The art of being wrong.
Yeah. The art of being wrong. So I just like to say that people tend not to accept the fact that they are wrong and admit to this because of pride. And sometimes it could be because of their personality type. It could be because they are either narcissism, or rather they just ignorant to the fact that they are wrong. The information that they have is incorrect. So people should take a step back and learn from their mistakes. Check the facts and make sure that you are not in a position where you feel challenged by someone. So now you lie because your pride cannot allow you to accept the truth that's been put forward. So at the end of the day, it's about pride. Overcoming it would lead to people who learn from their mistakes and move forward. That is the art of being wrong. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Reggie, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you so much, Kudzi, Michael. Charles, you get the final word for the day, man.
I already gave my final words in the last time I spoke.
Okay, so
Give him again.
no one wants to give any final words to all the listeners or anything out there who's been tuned into the episode today.
Oh, I'll do it. I'll do it. So I'll do it. So thank you for watching our live podcast. You can find some of our videos on our YouTube channel. That's one of them is Reggie the podcast. That's me and Michael. So thank you for watching our videos. Come back for more content. We're happy to have you. What was the word, Michael, again? So what?
Sponsor.
Some sponsor. Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Kudzi. Charles, Michael, no last words for today. You guys have anything?
Be wrong, but not in a harmful way. Like, accept being wrong. Like, too many people are afraid of being wrong in the eyes of others.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the moment you accept your mistakes is the moment where the development happens. That's when you grow as a person.
Going through a whole entire podcast again.
Don't worry about it. Here's what I'm like. But otherwise, be wrong. Stay strong.
All right, cool. Charles, any final words, man?
No, not really. But then I'm pretty sure these guys know how much we love them, and we thank them for their time. We thank them for listening, and we would greatly appreciate feedback. Comments on what you guys want to see more and what you think of our podcast and your views. Yes, and for those who said they wanted to join us in the live to join us as guests, you can always DM Reggie so that we can plan in advance so that it's not hasty. We will be happy to have you. Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, King. Happy birthday again. And for all those people who have tuned in to RKCM, we really appreciate all the support. And we know things are only going to progress because you guys have been great when it comes down to you being the best audience out there. So again, this is Reggie Haynes. You've tuned in to RKCM, featuring myself, Kudzi, Charles, and Michael. And until next time, we are signing off. Peace and love.
Thank you.